The phone wasn't meant for me. It vibrated between us on the couch, face down, a soft tremor against the fabric. She didn't move. She kept talking, something about her day, about traffic, about nothing. Her voice stayed steady. Mine disappeared. I reached for the glass on the table, missed it. My hand shook once, then stilled. I watched the phone like it was breathing. Another vibration. She finally glanced down, too quickly. The screen lit her face for half a second before she turned it away. A practiced motion. Casual. Innocent. Too innocent. "Who's that?" I asked. The question sounded light, even to me. She smiled. "Just work." The phone buzzed again. This time I saw it. A name that meant nothing. A preview that meant everything. "I miss you already." Did he notice? Something inside me went quiet. Not loud, not dramatic. Just off. Like a switch flipped somewhere deep behind my eyes. I nodded, took a sip. The glass was empty. She kept talking. I stopped listening. My mind replayed the words. Slow, precise, each letter pressing in. Did he notice? I noticed. I just didn't let it show. That night, I lay beside her and counted her breaths. In, out, in. She slept easily, one arm across my chest like ownership, like proof. I stared at the ceiling and replayed the last 6 months, the late replies, the new passwords, the way she angled her phone away like it was shy, the sudden interest in privacy, the sudden distance in touch. I told myself stories to soften it, work stress, fatigue, growing pains. Love doesn't stay loud forever, but love doesn't whisper someone else's name in the dark. I didn't check her phone, not yet. I wanted to believe there was another explanation. I wanted the words to mean less than they did. They didn't. The next morning she kissed me goodbye and left early, too early. Perfume she never wore before lingered in the air after the door closed. I stood there longer than necessary. I wasn't angry. Anger is messy. This was something cleaner, sharper. Realization. I opened my laptop, logged into the shared cloud account she forgot about. Years old, untouched, a digital fossil. Messages, photos, location history. A pattern began to form. Not proof, not yet, but enough to know this wasn't new. This was a double life practiced until it felt natural. I became observant, quietly. I memorized her schedule, noted deviations, watched her reflections instead of her face, listened to what she didn't say. She started lying better. That was the tell. I pulled phone records, numbers without names. One repeated more than the rest. Always late, always short calls. I saved everything. Screenshots, dates, times. I smiled more, asked fewer questions, became the version of me she needed to feel safe. At night she told me she loved me. I watched her mouth move. I ordered a small recorder, slipped it into the car, told myself it was precaution, not obsession. It worked the first day. Laughter, not mine, a voice I didn't recognize, familiar to her. "Be careful," she said. "He's not stupid." I almost laughed. I wasn't hunting anymore. I was confirming. Days passed, then weeks, each piece clicking into place with surgical clarity. Hotels, excuses, deleted threads recovered from backups she forgot existed. She thought she was invisible. I let her believe it. No confrontations, no slips. I wanted the truth whole, unarguable. The final piece arrived in an email. Photos, not explicit, worse, intimate. Her smile was different, softer, unburdened. I printed them. Paper makes things real. That evening I set them on the table between us, neatly aligned, like evidence in a courtroom. She stopped mid-sentence, silence stretched. "What's this?" she asked, though her voice already knew. "Your life," I said. Her hands shook as she reached for the photos. She didn't touch them, just hovered. "I can explain." I nodded. "I know." That broke her. Tears came fast, words tangled,
Excuses spilled out, loneliness, confusion, mistakes. I stayed still, cold. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she whispered. "That's the only part you did on purpose," I said. She looked at me like she was seeing a stranger. She was. I slid one last envelope across the table. Inside were copies of everything: messages, recordings, locations, and one more thing: a printed email addressed to her employer, drafted, scheduled, not sent, yet. Her breath hitched. "You wouldn't." "I already won," I said. "Sending it would be emotional." I stood, grabbed my jacket. "I loved you," she said behind me. "Desperate, small. I loved who you pretended to be." I paused at the door, not to look back. "To be clear," I added, "I didn't find out by accident. I let you hang yourself." The door closed softly. Final. Outside, the air felt lighter. Not relief, clarity.
I walked without direction, replaying nothing. The storm inside me had passed, leaving sharp edges behind. I didn't destroy her life. I showed her the truth and walked away with mine intact. Some betrayals end with forgiveness. This one ended with understanding. I was never blind. I was patient. And patience, I learned, is the most dangerous form of control.